and then that goes into the hub. But if I go round to this side, where we've now got the big fat 40mm spacers on, so I think I've hit the sweet spot. I've got my 19-inch, they're sitting on 265 by a 35 profile. Look at the size of that. These are 40mm. I'm back. I did a little video a couple of weeks back and I bought some 50mm spacers, but they were just a little bit too wide. And here's what happened. We're gonna go with this. Look at the size of this. We're gonna go 50mm. These you bolt onto the hub, then you bolt the wheel onto those. It comes with the bolts and everything else. So I've taken it round the block. I mean, look how good it looks. So I've been for a drive. I must admit, there is a little bit of catching. So perhaps I should have gone to build less. I should have maybe gone for 40s or maybe 35s. So what I decided to do, I've ordered some 40mm ones and they've just arrived and I'm really excited to see, fingers crossed, hopefully, these ones aren't going to rub because they're 10mm narrower, but it still gives me 80mm overall wider track at the back, and it's going to push these wheels out, obviously 40mm each side, to get it nice and flush to the wheel arch. Look at the size of these bolts compared to the originals. So at the moment, these are the longer bolts which are going through a 25mm spacer, and that has to accommodate both the spacer and obviously into the hub of the wheel by around about 5 or 6 turns. But these are the new spacers that will bolt straight onto that hub. The hub diameter is 66.6mm, and the ID, the inside diameter of these new hubs, accommodate that. So it comes with the bolts, and this, the main event. Look at the size of that. The other ones I had were an extra 10mm wider. These are 40mm, so hopefully we're going to be all right with that. So this goes onto the hub, then the wheel bolts onto that. This stays on the hub, and I'm using the existing Mercedes bolts to go through and support that onto the hub. The inside diameter of that is 66.6, and the OD, the outside diameter of my hub, is obviously also 66.6. They're hub-centric, which simply means that the hub is going to centralize itself so that there's no wobble or anything. It's not going to float around on you. So just here, this is my existing 25mm spacer. It's going to take that off. So actually these spacers that I've got, which is the 25mm, they actually do also have the ability to bolt straight to the hub if I wanted to, and then I can get new bolts and put those through on the wheel like that. But I just chose to go straight through in a oneer with the longer bolts. I wouldn't necessarily go any bigger than 25mm because it's getting a little bit on the extremities there. And look at this, boo! Look at the difference on that. I have seen people actually clamp 2 hub-centric spacers together and then bolt that onto the wheel, but I'm not going to go that crazy. So that was the thought, that at least if I wanted to go another 5mm, I could just buy a 5mm spacer and put it on top of my 40mm to go 45. As I said, before was 50mm, now I've got 40mm. So the setup I had was the original wheels, obviously no spacers. Then I went with the bigger 19s and I put a 25mm spacer on. I'm not going to use that now. I'm going to go 40mm. Let's see how it fits. So what you do is simply line it up. So you can see the original bolts here, the bolt holes deep enough to accommodate the head, and then that goes into the hub, like so. So one thing to note is inside the hub here, there's parking shoes, and that's your parking brake. And just be careful that, obviously if I was to use these longer bolts I got here, they're going to go all the way through, but you end up catching the brake shoes inside. So just, I like to go about six or seven turns at the very most, and then I very carefully turn it just to make sure it's not making any noises. So let's count the turns. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's all right. Well, it's actually 6.5, but that'll do for me. I'll torque these up afterwards. I just want to make sure that the wheel fits first of all. So it comes with a new set of nuts. Now these aren't Mercedes thread, it's a generic thread, but they're designed to work with the hubs. Again, I will torque these up once I make sure that the wheels don't rub. Now obviously I'm going to move the car and the suspension will settle itself, so it's going to come down a fair bit more. Okay, moment of truth. Let's start the car. I'm going to go really slowly. I'm going to make sure that I don't hear those parking brakes catching on the bolts. Sounds pretty good, sounds pretty good. Right, let's go for a drive and see how she behaves, and hopefully the tyre now doesn't rub on the wheel arch. Oh. So this is 10mm narrower. I'm going to give it a little bit of a go on the corner to push the suspension over and see. So far, I haven't heard it rub. I think we're all right. That was the wheels on the left. I've only done that one side, and I went around that corner there, so the weight was on that side of the car. Do you know what? I think it sounds all right. I think I got away with it. I mean, 50mm was beautiful. It looked great, but I was going to end up eating the wheel arch, or the fender, as you call it in America. But yeah, this is sounding all right. I'm going to go over some bumps now and see if it will drop down and hit the tyre. When I look out my left side near side mirror, it does look great compared to the other side, but with the 40mm spacers, yeah, you can definitely see it. Now you can see in my near side mirror there, for me, UK obviously is the left side. Look at that, look at the wheel just poking its little face out from the wheel arch. You compare that to the other sides, you can't see the tyre showing its true colours there. It's tucked into the wheel arch because it's 40mm obviously further in on my driver's right hand side. Let's be a little bit more forceful. No, I don't think it's rubbing. I mean, I'm really pulling at the steering wheel here, left and right, left and right. Don't worry, there's no cars around. I think we're all right. It's a good little test for my DJI Axon Osmo 4, by the way. How smooth is it looking? It's got stabilization on it. Brilliant camera. Far superior than the GoPros, by the way. I've given up with them. They used to freeze on me something rotten. So I've moved over to DJI for my drones and all my cameras and my microphone as well. Brilliant stuff. Right, I think we're all good. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get the other side on. Oh. I can't wait to see actually what this looks like. So these are my stock AMG 18-inch wheels. They've got staggered setup, that comes as standard. They're 285 on a 35 profile. And I always thought it just looked a little bit, well, just not fat enough at the back. So if I start on the side that I've got the original 25mm spacer on, we can get an idea of the difference. You can see how it sits in there just that bit more. Now I'm parked on a slight incline, the front is slightly downhill, so the back is going to come down a little bit more. But if I go round to this side, where we've now got the big fat 40mm spacers on, and you can see the difference. I'm so happy with that. It's lowered as well, the vehicle. It's 35mm lowered on Eibach Sports, which I did a few years ago, but I'm happy it's not going to rub. I've tested it, I've gone over bumps. I've even got a big fat subwoofer in the back, so we are all good in the hood, and she looks as fat as she can at the back without having to go that one step further and put the body kit on.
Baby, I'm a gangster too, and it takes two to tango. You don't wanna mess with me, mess with me. Baby, I'm a gangster too. 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 On my knees in the night there. Baby, I'm a gangster too. Bang it. Baby, I'm a gangster too. On my knees in the night there. Prayers in the street light.
So I think I've hit the sweet spot. I've got my 19-inch wheels. I'll put the details down below. They're sitting on 265 by a 35 profile on your 19s. I've got 40mm spacers, Hubcentric, so that it keeps it nice and balanced and it's not gonna flop around the place. I'm not getting any rubbing. I've been over bumps, I've been hard round corners. Mwah! It sounds and it looks beautiful. And also it's slightly more stable on the corners because my track has now gone out by 80mm, 40mm each side. So it's able to actually hold on to the corners just that little bit more. It's not leaning into it. But I'm really impressed by these. There is a link below. I actually got these on eBay. I may even contact the supplier just to say how pleased I am with them. I'm not affiliated and I've done this all myself. I always wanted that wider flared wheel arch, but I just couldn't succumb to cutting into my bodywork and doing the whole kit. So it was my own thoughts, my own ideas. I just like to have a little bit of fun. And I tell you what, I'm really pleased with the results. And if this is your sort of thing, my name's Groovon. I've got a whole playlist on stuff I've done for this beautiful Mercedes SL. And they're getting old, you know, you've got to show a little respect for your elders these days. It's 21 years old, so they need a little bit of TLC now and then. But you can still have some fun, can't you? Look how good this looks. Woo! I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.